G'day guys. Today we are going to work on winning more quotes because the more quotes we win, the less quotes we have to send. So the whole idea here is to not spend so much time wasted quoting so that we can make more money with less effort. So if that's cool with you, I'm going to run you through how to do that. Now today we are in pipeline and we're running through how to win more quotes, the kind of third piece for the pipeline set for guys going from 0 to 100K. Once you crank the 100K multiple times in a row, that's where you can step up to the next level. But effectively, we want to be working in here and cruising across, ticking off those 12 modules to prove to ourselves that we have done the work that is required, and then that will take us up to the next level. So anyway, today we want to win the maximum amount of quotes we can with the minimum amount of effort. Now, counterintuitively, we are going to plan a little bit, put in a little bit more effort now, front load energy, so that we don't have to do so much total energy over the span of the next couple months. And what I mean by this is we're going to make and create a couple things and put a system in place so that even though it's a little bit fiddly, it takes an extra 2 minutes to send each quote, we will be winning significantly more of them, so we're not spending larger amounts of time quoting more jobs. The other side of it is if you start winning heaps of quotes, you'll probably want to grow as opposed to not quoting so many jobs. Anyway, that's a problem for another day. If you have too much work, great problem to have. Nothing for me to solve there. So today, some of the main problems that I see with guys is the kind of mentality that it's time wasted quoting. And majority of the time people aren't winning them. And often we're getting ghosted as well. And the ideal scenario here is to come out and go, make our quotes elite. Let's win the majority. And let's get POs and dates faster. So a couple of things to avoid quickly as well before we go through the kind of 3 key things of how to create this simple sales system. A couple of things to kind of avoid is that a lot of guys tend to just rush through their quotes and then add margin to it because they didn't really put in enough effort to it and they don't really know fully what they actually quoted on because they're trying to get so many done. So I want to just slow it down and not rush through and do our quotes properly. Add to that as well, let's make them a little bit less sloppy, and also let's not leave things up to chance. Let's create some of our own luck. So this simple sales system, we want to be winning more quotes so that we don't have to have the pressure to quote such high volume. The value stack that we have here, let me grab my highlighter. We have got the layout, the way it's delivered, and then the follow-up process. So it's going to be pretty quick today. And some of this stuff you might already be doing. If you're not, then these should be really quick things for you to implement in order to get where we need to get. So let's have a suss. The layout. Now we've got, our layout, our delivery, and our follow-up. We're going to go through layout, delivery, follow-up. Layout. There are kind of there's a bunch of ways that you can send out your quote. I'm assuming that you are not writing a number on the back of a business card, and I'm assuming you're not quoting over SMS. If you are, take the cowboy hat off, put your hard hat back on, and let's try and do things properly. So the 2 comparisons I'm making here, anything if you are text message quoting or back of business card quoting, get yourself up to level 1 first, and then we will upgrade to level 2. So being level 1, level 2. Typically, most guys are sending out basic invoice punched out of Tradie service, mate. This is how they receive it with a generic, hey, thanks for your quote request. Here's quote, attach number, quote number. The value is press the button to accept. Cool. Great starting point. Let's now make our quotes a little bit more elite. So right here we can see a proposal example. Now this is a Canva template made in about 10 minutes Super easy to do. We want to create something that adds a little bit more value so that we stand out from everybody else. Now, disclaimer on this, if you're doing a lot of quotes for under $1,000, then you may not want to create this little level of friction, and you might save that for jobs that are a little bit of larger value. But if you're not winning enough quotes and there's only a certain amount of leads that you can get your hands on, you would probably want to do anything you could to win the job. So what we're preparing here is we want a cover page. We want something about us, some information about past projects, so a portfolio, the proposal, and obviously your contact details will be in there as well. Now, you can make this in Canva. You can make it very generic so that you don't have to add in too much. You don't have to recreate, make one every time. For this example, all they needed to change here was a project, street, and suburb, and then slide in the PDF quote. You can do that in Preview, Adobe Reader, or you can do it in Canva as well. But what we're trying to do here is to make your quotes stand out from the get-go. So that's our layout. Our delivery. Some of you might look at this and think, we didn't need to cover this. This is pretty straightforward. But also I want to make sure that we are all clear on exactly how we're delivering our quotes and how the client is perceiving them and what the perceived value is. We want to make sure that every touch point we have with a customer, they think, oh, these guys are the best, these guys are the best, these guys are the best. It's not hard to beat our competition. All we have to do is a couple little things. And here, for this example, sending out, hi, no name, here's your quote, random file, no name to it. We can do a little bit better than this. We want to be sending out a personalized email. We want to be sending out the correct file titles. So site name, proposal. We want to be sending out a little bit more information about us, some of our other projects, a little bit of a hello pack, welcome pack type thing, and also any additional files that they might need, whether there's some plans, whether there's some drawings, anything that could help them build the picture together. And if there are plans and drawings as well, then I'd probably consider actually putting those into the proposal pack and make it all together, make it concise. There are also software that can run your proposal packs, but I don't want to overcomplicate things for today because we're focusing on the layout and the delivery, and then we're going to get to a follow-up process being the main part. So here, personalized message, personalized contact, personalized message about their project, file types are named appropriately, and we've got a beautiful signature with your face so they can see that you are not a scam or just another salesperson. They want to see that you're the director of the company, and that does carry weight. Okay, so that's the layout and the delivery. Then the follow-up process. So we have got 4 stages here, and the follow-up process is really just a set of habits or reminders for you to touch base with the client, and it is providing you reasons too. So today, you send a quote to somebody. We're just going to follow them up with an SMS, just a very gentle nudge to say, did you receive it? That's our reason to talk to them. Did you get the quote? Did it come through? Was there any issues? Did I get the email address incorrect? We're just saying, did you receive it? It's a good opportunity for them as well to have your mobile number on recall very quickly. So day 1, we're sending an SMS. Day 2, we're giving them a call. And we are not asking about the price. When we give them this call, we are questioning, is the scope correct? Does the scope stand up to what we spoke about on site? Now that's 24 hours later, you guys, did they have a discussion about whether there is something different, something missing? Did they see something on site that still needed to be added to the quote? They didn't realize we do. So, got our day 1 SMS. The following day, we're giving them a phone call. On day 3, we're calling for a decision. Now that we know that they've received it and we've clarified the scope does also sometimes open up the client's opportunity to ask about pricing, but we're not saying, do we need to cut the price? If someone's super price conscious, they will bring that up in the scope phone call. And then on day 3, we're trying to get a decision. If they're not ready to make a decision, they're going to fall now into our weekly calendar. And each week on a certain day, could be the day you do payroll, could be the day after, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just get into a healthy routine of calling all open quotes on the same day. Pardon me. Calling all open quotes. That is our 4-step follow-up process. So we SMS, did you receive it? We send a call, we make a phone call. How's the scope looking? We call them then on the 3rd day, ready for them to make a decision. And then we're moving all of our open quotes into, like Wednesday afternoon, we call all of our open quotes and we see whether they're ready to make a decision. Has anything changed? What else can we help you with? Rah, rah, rah. But what's going to happen is people are going to give you a decision instead of just leaving you on red or ghosting you. Now, what to do now? I want us to, let's remember the perception. We want to remember that every time the client gets something from us, there's some perceived value there. They are measuring us based on how we're reaching out to them. And we want to make sure that we're consistent. Now, actions for you to take. Let's refine our layout. Let's just go straight through exactly what we've just gone through. Let's refine our layout. Let's review our delivery. And then let's create calendar reminders. If I can write that. Reminders for our follow-up. Straight away, 3 easy things for you to do. It's a nice and quick one here, but this is about getting decisions faster. We want to make sure that we are closing more deals so that we don't have to quote so much. From here, guys, going over to the roadmap, because that's the 3 parts to the pipeline. So jump back into the roadmap, find where your next highest priority are or potential bottlenecks, and continue working and building on the business.